Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a kind-hearted couple named Tom and Mary. They had always wanted a child, but it seemed that their wish would never come true. Their little cottage had a tiny window that overlooked a wondrous garden filled with colorful flowers, delicious fruits, and beautiful plants. This magical garden belonged to a wicked witch named Zelinda, who had cursed the land around it so that no one dared to enter. Zelinda was a fearsome witch, and everyone in the village was afraid of her. She had long, dark hair that reached the ground and wore a long, black dress that shimmered like the night sky. Her eyes were as cold as ice, and her voice made people shiver. One day, as Mary looked out the window, she noticed a patch of lovely, green plants with small, round leaves. The plant was called Rapunzel, and it looked so fresh and inviting that Mary couldn't help but long for it. She knew that eating the Rapunzel would make her feel better and help her finally have the child she so desperately wanted. Mary told Tom about the Rapunzel and how much she craved it. Tom loved his wife dearly and would do anything to make her happy. So, under the cover of darkness, he climbed over the tall wall that surrounded Zelinda's garden and picked some Rapunzel for Mary. When Mary tasted the Rapunzel, her heart filled with joy, and she felt as if her dream of having a child would come true. But she wanted more. So, Tom went back to the garden every night to bring her more Rapunzel. One night, as Tom climbed the wall, he came face to face with the wicked witch Zelinda. She was furious that someone had dared to enter her garden and steal her precious Rapunzel. Tom pleaded with her, explaining that he only took the Rapunzel for his wife, who desperately longed for a child. Zelinda's eyes flashed with anger, but she decided to make a cruel bargain with Tom. She would allow them to have a child, but only if they promised to give the child to her when it was born. Tom, who was scared of the witch's power, agreed to the deal. A few months later, Mary gave birth to a beautiful baby girl with golden hair that shone like the sun. True to their promise, they handed the child over to Zelinda, who named her Rapunzel after the plant that had brought her into the world. Zelinda took Rapunzel to a tall, hidden tower in the middle of a dense forest. The tower had no stairs or doors, only a small window at the very top. This was where Rapunzel would grow up, locked away from the world. As Rapunzel grew older, her golden hair grew longer and longer until it reached the ground when she let it down from the window. It was as soft as silk and as strong as rope. Whenever Zelinda wanted to visit Rapunzel, she would stand at the base of the tower and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And Rapunzel would lower her long, golden hair so Zelinda could climb up. Years passed, and Rapunzel grew into a lovely young woman with a beautiful voice. She would spend her days singing and gazing out the window, dreaming of the world beyond the tower. She longed to explore the forest, to see the village where her parents lived, and to meet other people. One day, a handsome prince named William rode through the forest and heard Rapunzel's enchanting voice. He followed the sound until he found the hidden tower. He was struck by her beauty and the sadness in her eyes. Curious about the mysterious young woman in the tower, Prince William hid in the bushes and watched as Zelinda visited Rapunzel. He learned the secret of climbing the tower when he heard Zelinda call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." The next day, after Zelinda had left, Prince William approached the tower and shouted the same words. Rapunzel, thinking it was Zelinda, let down her golden hair. To her surprise, it was a handsome young man who climbed up to her window. At first, Rapunzel was frightened, but Prince William's kind eyes and gentle voice soon put her at ease. He told her stories of the world outside, and Rapunzel shared her dreams of freedom and adventure. Over time, the two fell deeply in love, and Prince William promised to rescue Rapunzel from her lonely tower. They planned their escape carefully. Each day, when Prince William visited, he would bring a long piece of silk, which Rapunzel would use to weave a strong rope ladder. One day, as Rapunzel was lowering her hair for Zelinda, the wicked witch noticed that her eyes shone with happiness, and she grew suspicious. She questioned Rapunzel, who, in her excitement, accidentally revealed her love for Prince William and their plan to escape. Enraged, Zelinda cut off Rapunzel's beautiful golden hair and sent her far away to a desolate place where she would be alone and heartbroken. That evening, when Prince William came to visit, Zelinda tricked him by lowering Rapunzel's cut hair. As Prince William climbed the hair, he came face to face with the Wicked Witch. Zelinda laughed and told him that he would never see Rapunzel again. In despair, Prince William leapt from the tower and landed in a thorny bush. The thorns scratched his face and injured his eyes, leaving him unable to see. Blind and heartbroken, Prince William wandered the land, searching for his lost love. Meanwhile, Rapunzel, who was now living in a faraway place, gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Years passed, and one day, as Prince William stumbled through a desolate landscape, he heard a familiar voice singing a sad song. It was Rapunzel. Filled with hope, he followed the sound of her voice and found her. Rapunzel recognized Prince William despite his blind eyes, and they embraced each other, tears of joy streaming down their faces. As they hugged, Rapunzel's tears fell on Prince William's eyes, and his vision was magically restored. Together, Prince William, Rapunzel, and their children returned to the kingdom. The villagers celebrated their safe return, and Tom and Mary were overjoyed to be reunited with their long-lost daughter. Prince William and Rapunzel were married, and they ruled the kingdom with kindness and love. The Wicked Witch Zelinda was never seen again, and the garden of Rapunzel plants withered away, forever breaking the curse. And so, Rapunzel, Prince William, and their family lived happily ever after, surrounded by love, laughter, and the joy of being together. And that, dear child, is the end of our tale. Good night, little one. May you have sweet dreams and wake up to a beautiful new day with both love, joy, and laughter.